What are we going to do with Justin Jefferson? Well, I think the overall consensus of the Minnesota Vikings fan base is to extend the man, give him the highest paid contract in the NFL at the wide receiver position, just because he is the face of the franchise. The other route, which a lot of us, maybe most of us, if not all of us, are probably going to hate if this actually happens. There's been talk about potentially trading Justin Jefferson away to clear some cap and maybe look forward to the future, rebuild around something else, which why would we want to? Makes no sense. Why would we do to Justin Jefferson what we did to this man just a decade ago when we traded him away to, I think it was the Tennessee Titans or the Raiders, whatever the case was. We got rid of him. And then we were stuck in purgatory for, until basically up to this point, I'd say, because we finally found a franchise guy, the face of the franchise, Justin Jefferson. There's no way we should be talking about trading him, but again, there's a lot of people that are talking about it, and ESPN's Aaron Schatz actually talked about this situation and gave an example of why this might be the road the Vikings might want to travel down. So let's get right into it. Before we do that, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It'd be much appreciated. So, there's been significant hand-wringing over why the Vikings and Jefferson haven't gotten a deal done yet. One prominent football writer has suggested that maybe the Vikings shouldn't worry about that at all. Behind the great ESPN paywall, Aaron Schatz, formerly of Football Outsiders, has one bold move for each team in the league, and his suggestion for the Vikings certainly falls under the heading, trade Justin Jefferson and reset. Here's what he said. This would truly be a bold move because Jefferson is a great receiver. This suggestion is not to belittle Jefferson's abilities. He has ranked in the top 12 for wide receiver DVOA in all 4 of his NFL seasons, and he was in the top 3 for total value in his 3 healthy seasons, not counting this past year, right? However, Jefferson's salary just ballooned to $19.7 million because of his 5th-year option in 2024, and it's going to be higher than that if the Vikings can sign him to a long-term extension. He's also making noise that he wants to know the team's future quarterback plans before he signs that extension, which is obviously, that makes a lot of sense. Now, he probably wants Kirk Cousins back because, Cousins had one of the best half seasons in 2023, but giving him another long-term deal at age 35 might not be the best decision for Minnesota's future. So, why not just go for a total reset? Trade Jefferson for a couple of high draft picks, use one of them to draft his replacement the same way the Vikings traded away Stephon Diggs, and use the pick that they got in return to draft Jefferson. Now, perhaps that pick can be used on a young quarterback or to trade up for a better young quarterback. Meanwhile, shaving Cousins and Jefferson off the team's salary ledger will allow the Vikings to sign a number of free agents to improve other positions, building a team that's ready to compete once they figure out their quarterback situation, presumably with a youngster in either 2024 or 2025. Now, while I can understand that what Schatz is saying here, I'm not sure if we can make a parallel to that Diggs trade as an example of why trading Jefferson is a good idea for a couple of reasons, okay? First of all, the Vikings got incredibly lucky when they had Justin Jefferson fall into their laps after the Diggs trade. We all remember, that video that came out after the draft, or after that draft, of all the Vikings brass, including Mike Zimmer and Rick Spielman on a Zoom call, and learning that Philadelphia Eagles had taken Jalen Reagor instead of Justin Jefferson with the pick right before Minnesota's. Now, if you don't, here's a refresher, blah, blah, blah. It kind of goes on. It shows the video of Mike Zimmer, Rick Spielman, and another guy looking or waiting for the Eagles to put their pick in. The Eagles select Jalen Reagor. All 3 of them basically laugh and say, oh my goodness, thank you, Lord. Like, it was awesome. They were pumped up. Bam, pick is in. Let's take Justin Jefferson. That's what happened. Now, if that pick goes the other way, a lot of people probably have been fired a lot earlier than they were, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. The rebuild would already be underway, and honestly, we'd know the results of it by now. You can't expect the Vikings to get this lucky again. Sure, they could, but it's not a foregone conclusion or anything. So, yes, while I understand trading Justin Jefferson would give us a lot of draft capital, we'd probably trade up into the first 3 picks if I had to assume getting rid of Justin Jefferson, which would be great because then we could select our new franchise quarterback. But if we trade Justin Jefferson and it clears up all that cap space, there's a good chance we re-sign Kirk Cousins for 2 years. We don't have a receiver. I mean, we'd have Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson still, but they're not Justin Jefferson. So then we'd have to look at maybe taking another receiver with a different pick that we have, maybe say in round 2 or late in the first round, and who's going to be available at that time. We really are unsure. Now, Jefferson, I believe, was pick number 23 in the first round when we took him, and he panned out. Most of the time, though, that's probably not going to work out in the way we had expected or the same way that Justin Jefferson had. Trading Justin Jefferson would be a very, very terrible idea. He is the face of this franchise. When we traded away Randy Moss, what happened? We sucked. We were awful. We were stuck in purgatory. And we're still stuck in that purgatory, even though we're getting back to where we need to be. You keep Justin Jefferson. You have to keep him. Let him know your plans at quarterback. If he likes it, no doubt in his mind, he's going to sign an extension with the team. As long as he knows the plan at quarterback and it's not some Joe Schmo out there throwing him the rock. Even though he said, it doesn't matter who's throwing me the ball, I'm still going to catch it. I'm still going to be Justin Jefferson, still going to go for over 1,000 yards a season. But he wants somebody that has a high caliber arm, a high caliber IQ, and is football ready, NFL ready. Do not trade Justin Jefferson. That is the one thing that this organization cannot do. Don't make the same mistake twice. Keep the man. Build the defense. Find your quarterback of the future, and let's move on. We're not in a rebuild. We're not in a reset. We are here and now. Our team is good enough, young enough. All we have to do is play as a team, build that defense just a little bit because we might lose Danielle Hunter. Find an edge rusher in the draft. Find a corner in the draft. Find somebody in free agency to boost that defense. Free agency we should only focus defensively in free agency. And then the draft, we can focus on both aspects. Get your quarterback, get an edge rusher, get these young guys to help learn from these vets that we put on defense and offense, and let's build this team. Let's make it a powerhouse. Let's make it a Super Bowl caliber team. You get rid of Justin Jefferson, we're not the same team. Doesn't matter who we draft. It doesn't matter at all. We could have Caleb Williams, and I don't think we'd be better than what we were. I honestly, truly believe that. Justin Jefferson is the face of the franchise, and trading him would be a terrible, terrible idea. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about trading Justin Jefferson, and I know most of us are going to be on the same page. Also, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of your night, folks, and Skol Vikes.